We're going to deconstruct, like I said, every aspect of this situation. That's how we're going to go through this, all right? So, every piece of it. So, for those of you who don't know, there's been a bit of a beef between myself and One Guy's Opinion. It is over as of today. And he threw around some very bold accusations that are emphatically incorrect. He has no leg to stand on. I'm going to go through all that. But first, I want to explain to you guys why he decided to opt out of coming on here. Okay? So here's the messages. We're going to go through the actual messages that we went through. And I'm going to explain to you why I refused Instagram Live right here. The reality of the situation is in this, and we will read it piece by piece, is that he made very bold, incorrect accusations about me. I told him to come on my stream. He accepted. Then he backed out because he didn't want to use Discord. He wanted to use Instagram Live. I'm not using Instagram Live. The biggest reason, because I'm going to sit here and do this. If you're going to make claims about my content, we're going to go through all of my content. That's what we're going to do, because your issues with my content and my message. So then let's defend that. I invited him on. We're going to go through the 9 videos that he proposed as me being toxic, and then he could have chose more, and we could have had a conversation about it. Instead, he wanted to go face to face. I know his intention was to purely gaslight me. He's afraid of the actual logical aspect of it. So we're going to go through the chat. I'm going to read it out loud. We can all watch. So here we go. Here's my message. I'm on stream. If you want to have this convo, just download Discord. That was when he first came at me yesterday at 12:40 a.m. That's what I said. I can't use Discord. Almost every predator exposed using their TikTok clout to groom kids used Discord to do it. You and I both don't need those false claims. I have TikTok and Instagram. Instagram allows for lives where you can turn off comments and just have the focus be the 2 people talking. The focus here is 2 people talking, so that's bullshit. Secondly, it's ironic that you don't want me to be considered a predator, since that's your whole angle now that your original angle of having bully content has fallen through. But yeah, right. So I told him I'm going to stream the conversation and post it on YouTube in its entirety afterwards. Can't do that on Instagram. That's true. It's going to have to be on Discord. Maybe Zoom is fine, right? Surely you want people to be able to see it live on Instagram. Well, Instagram allows, right? It uploads the full video. I don't think that's true. Who cares if it is? I want to use my platform. This is my platform. On top of that, plenty of people are watching right now, and plenty more will watch on YouTube. So, if you're using a computer for this, you can also use screen grab software to save it on YouTube. You can't go live on your computer. At least I don't know how to. And I'm not going through gymnastics to do that when I have this platform that works perfectly well for everybody. Yes, people see it on my Twitch. It's fully set up. Downloading Discord is a minor concession. There will be 0 chat interaction. I don't have the Twitch account. You don't need a Twitch account. And I made 50 plus videos warning kids and parents about the dangers of Discord. I can't use that app. Then I say, you don't need Twitch. You just need Discord. It's a video chat service. I'll look into Zoom or Skype if you'd like. Discord allows me to chat with you and share my screen so we can go through my videos. Instagram Live isn't going to cut it. Right, again, that's what I want to do. Sit down here and have the conversation. He refused. I'll look into Zoom now. Zoom appears to require a phone number. I can't do that. I'll check Skype now. Skype also requires a phone number. So, apparently he's worried about his information getting out there. Fine, make a texting app. This way you don't have to give out your information. You get a free number. You can use whatever you want. After reviewing the options, it seems we are at an impasse. No, we're not. Neither of us were thoroughly familiar with each other's content, so you don't know. Oh, by the way, you're admitting you don't know my content for shit right here. Like, I could stop right now and you're completely invalid, but we're going to keep going. Content, so you didn't know I was against Discord, and I didn't know you use Twitch and Discord. In the future, if you want to use Instagram so that people can watch the discussion live, the invitation is open. Again, more people are going to consume the content here. We're going to use my platform. You came after me. Honestly, have the balls to come on my thing and have a discussion. You're using every excuse in the book to walk off of it. I gave you 3 options, boss. Zoom, Skype, Discord. It seems you're walking off the combo to walk away from accountability for your baseless accusations. I'll still be doing the stream on Situation Wednesday. I'm not engaging on TikTok anymore because you have no interest in civil discussing. You're more interested in generating unending drama. By the way, you lost 600 followers. This wasn't a really good take for you, huh, buddy? You're refusing the one option we both have right now. That's Instagram. I don't care. Instagram is not going to cut it. I've already established that. We could have live tonight. I'm free at the same time tonight, so it won't interfere with your streaming schedule. Sorry, man. I need to stream a screen to go through each video you're contesting. It's got to be Discord. Like I said, I'd work with Zoom or Skype. Instagram isn't going to work. If you have another thing we could use that works for both of us, I'm totally down. but I'm putting effort into making this happen. Instagram won't work. I'm giving him the option of Discord, Skype, Zoom, and potentially any other platform that allows me to do what I need to do. You can aim your phone at your computer screen to show select vids if that's your main focus. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not a 3-year-old that's making content for myself. I have a platform. Flip the front-facing cam, aiming at the monitor. No. I've explained to your channel and community, not those select vids. They aren't important to discussion. Right there, what he's saying is that those videos that he used as an example as to how I'm bullying people, they're not relevant to him. Logic and facts aren't relevant to him. He doesn't care. This is a problem. You're coming after my content, so yes, it is. I'm going to deconstruct your perspective on Twitch tomorrow night, with or without you. I want you to be there. If you're not, then that's on you. Understood. Enjoy the stream. My offer still stands. Now, he messaged me again, trying to gaslight me. I'll read it. This was like yesterday, I guess later. I don't know. Are you still unwilling to have a discussion on Instagram? Your followers have attacked a rape victim this week and are now calling the wrong TikTok account a school shooter because they don't even read your captions. They see you target someone and they attack. Again, an overwhelming majority of my comments are Papa has spoken. I'm going to speak on what he's talking about later with the rape survivor. He decided to misrepresent that as well to make himself look better. Didn't really work. I'm totally down for Discord, Zoom, or Skype, my man. I'll be on tomorrow at 10:30 EST if you're still interested. I'm not playing the game. I know that he's playing a game. And here's the last thing he said. Again, you aren't aware of your content. I'm very aware of my content. I am incredibly critical of myself. I am exponentially more intelligent than you from an emotional perspective. I have better critical thinking and deep thought skills. And I don't come after people just for clout because I'm boring. Okay? That's what you're doing. It is very aware that that's exactly what you're doing. You have absolutely nothing on me. And you're desperate because nobody wants to watch your content about how 13 Reasons Why is triggering for some people. And that's fine. You do you, but don't come after me because you're bored and think it's going to help. You could have came after me the entire trajectory up, but you waited for me to hit almost a mil, recognized that, like, oh, this is a big guy, I'm going to go after him, came after me, and then you lost followers. I don't usually care about follower count, but you're not even proposing a real situation. I'm the story of who I am is very much on TikTok. You can't really hit me with these baseless accusations because I'm instantly and constantly genuine every single time I make every single interaction. And I'm critical of myself, I take criticism from others, and I back down on my perspectives if they're wrong, if I have a bad take. And I make myself responsible for things that I shouldn't be responsible for, which we'll get into. Again, you aren't aware of your content. Adult men play video games when trying to have a mature discussion. You don't even know how Discord works. Does this look like we're playing video games? By the way, he's getting that because I said, hey, maybe after our civil discussion, we can play video games. As a joke. I'm being lighthearted, and he's using everything in his power to weaponize it against me to try to make me seem infantile. It's pathetic, disingenuous, and incredibly shallow, and it's not going to work. I understand your following enjoys watching gaming content. So do I. I get it. For an adult conversation, though, that's not how adult world works. Again, incredibly condescending and incredibly pathetic. You are not better than me in any capacity. You are not an adult. And at the end of the day, you're too cowardice to download an app on your phone and sit down and go through this. And by the way, it's good that you didn't, because this would have been like an adult scolding a young child for being stupid. Because that's what you're being. You're lying constantly and trying to gaslight me on TikTok as if it's going to work. So let's continue. You're welcome to have a mature discussion on Instagram when you're ready. No games or distractions to hide the truth from your followers. Well, that's fantastic, because here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through each and every one of your videos as well as mine, and we're not going to hide the truth. And if I'm wrong, then you guys can slam me for being wrong. But see, the problem is that I'm open on everything. Literally everything. Nothing is sacred to me. I don't care. That's how I am. That's how I live my life. And now we're going to have a lot of fun going through each and every one of the TikToks that you proposed and represented, and we're going to see how well your logic fares up to what I'm saying. Get ready to be deconstructed, one guy's opinion, because this is going to be the most ruthless engagement you've ever had with anybody in your entire life. Let's get this started. Here's the first video that one guy's opinion made on me while I was streaming the other day, having fun with my fans playing Valorant. With the sound.
Makes me when you threaten death upon people I do at.
Papa got this.
So, first and foremost, he's clearly stitching a video. Some of you don't know who that is. Just takes the first 5 seconds.
This is like the third video of yours that I've seen where you've scolded your own followers for bullying people that you've stitched. I commend you on the effort, and in no way is anyone responsible for what their followers do.
Let's stop right there. This is what he is establishing. This is the book. This is the message you've come across. You are establishing that in no way, shape, or form, in any capacity, am I responsible for the actions of my followers. Not only that, but you're commending me for going out of my way to scold people who threaten other people. You are saying in this short time that I am a commendable individual for doing what I do. It takes the focus off of every interaction my followers have, and it tells me that I am holding myself to a higher standard by your logic in the first few seconds of this video.
Unless a TikToker uploads a video giving specific instructions, you're not responsible for what your followers do. But something you might not be aware of is your account is a bully account.
Okay, fine. Come on live and talk about it. That's what we're doing. So let's just establish his issue is with my bullying content, not my followers. This is the first interaction that he decided. This is the book he is writing, and it's going to change as we go on, as he gets backed into a corner for being wrong and proven wrong every single step of the way.
You're known for bullying people online.
I'm not.
Just to get to know you.
What I'm known for is deconstructing people's perspectives, and it comes off of harsh. Sure. This, by the way, is going to be fantastic.
Your content better. I took a few screenshots of your videos and I gendered who you stitched, and I can't show those.
Now, I want to establish something. We're going to have to re-watch this video, but he gendered who I stitched. Now, listen to what he says next.
Because it turns out you target so many non-binary and trans people, I can't show the screenshots because I might misgender someone.
Right there! He said he can't show the screenshots because he might misgender somebody. Here's what he is establishing. What he is saying is that he is woke, so that he refuses to misgender trans and non-binary people. He has established that he is an ally in that capacity. And yet, this individual right here is non-binary. This individual down here identifies as a male. So one of two things happened. Either you didn't watch my videos and you're proposing a disingenuous, pathetic argument, or you're intentionally misgendering those two individuals. Your argument is instantly valid, and I know what you guys are saying. Papa, how could he know that this young individual is non-binary? You want to know how?
I'm non-binary.
The first two fucking words she says is, I'm non-binary. At this point, you are completely invalid. Nothing you say from this point on matters in any capacity. You have destroyed yourself in the first 30 seconds of your first video. And you think that you have any moral high ground to stand on. You don't. This is it. This is the first 10% of this video, and you've destroyed yourself with your own logic. You haven't watched my content. You say I'm not responsible for my followers. You say I'm a bully, but how do you know? What have you seen? Nothing. You haven't watched anything. Nothing. This is the problem with you. This is it. You're over. You have nothing left. Your logical rule set is dead. This is something that a fundamentally bad person would do, and that's what you are. You are a fundamentally bad person, making baseless claims and shooting at people. And like I said, we're 10% of the way in. It gets a lot worse, and it gets a lot more rough. I don't pull my punches, bud. So let's keep going.
You primarily target girls, followed by
We've already established. I don't.
Children, followed by the pride community, and then boys. One of the girls you targeted had 134 followers. When you've built in
So we're establishing that I target women, children, young people, and that I bully small accounts. I make the point later on. But first and foremost, I target bad ideas. That's my perspective. That's my argument. Every single person who looks at my content and understands that gets it. That's the reality of the situation. That's what it is. Your claim is baseless. I've gone after big accounts. Fat Raccoon, Joe Robe, Alluring Skull. I make the point later. I've gone after them, and they block me because they don't like to feel silly after I prove them wrong. That's the reality. This is what it is. On top of that, I am actively engaging with you, and you walked away. You're the one who's the coward, and you're going to say that I bully young people. The entire narrative right now is to try to set me up as some kind of a misogynistic, LGBT-hating person and a predator. That's your whole thing. This is complete character assassination, and it completely backfired on you, buddy. Because we just got started.
Account on bullying people online. Don't
prove it. Prove it. I'm ready to sit down here, and we could just sit there and prove it. All you had to do was come on.
be surprised when your followers bully your victims.
They're not victims. They're people who put up bad takes, and I contest them. If you don't want your bad take to be contested, don't put it up. There are too many people who are too comfortable with promoting a politically correct message that is bullying to other people, and they don't care. And that's what I contest. I call that out. So here we go. Let's see his next video before we go to my next one, because he made it before I finished.
And I fucking hate it when you guys harass.
Again, it's another video of me calling out my followers. Let's establish what he established. I'm not responsible for them, and I'm a fantastic stand-up guy for calling them out. That's his logic.
People because I have a disagreement with them.
Papa Gut, this is another one of your videos where you're
Wow, you're such
getting
an
onto your
intellectual.
followers for harassing people you've targeted online, and again, I commend
Not targeting anything. I'm not targeting anybody. I target bad ideas. I don't target people.
that effort. Something you might not realize, but looking
He's also establishing that, like, oh, I'm
at
very
your
commendable.
videos over the past week, you targeted 32 females versus 16 males.
The people who I end up going after tend to be girls, absolutely. And like I said, I've made this point before, and I'll make it again. Young kids in general say dumb shit, and young girls are more mature than young boys, and they talk about social issues. And they say dumb things about social issues, whereas boys just make stupid fart and pee-pee jokes. That's it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. And yet, I go after people for bad messages. I don't pull punches for kids. I don't care. This is how you learn in life. You have interactions. That's life. Don't put stuff on the internet if you're not willing for it to get criticized.
Of your videos,
Just because it's politically correct for you to hate on a particular group of people doesn't make it right. And that's what I stand for.
9 females deleted their videos, and
Yeah, because they had shit takes.
4 males.
Again, they had shit takes. Clearly, we're establishing that I don't pull punches on anybody. By the way, just to establish something, because he goes on to talk about how I'm afraid of grown men. I'm clearly coming after you. And I sat down with Vosh and had a very good conversation. And yet, I'm afraid of men, huh?
One transgender person deleted their account.
Okay.
And roughly 75% of the accounts you called out had less than 100,000 followers.
Who cares?
I'd be willing to bet your follower demographics are primarily male, well over
Sure, it's like 2/3 male.
half.
It's irrelevant, my demographic. It is completely irrelevant, and he's using it just to try to diminish my perspective.
You're teaching young boys that grown men
No.
can bully.
I'm teaching young boys that they can actually value themselves and not be part of a place that, like, honestly, an app that intentionally targets young men. A lot of times, a lot of the politically correct messages target young men, makes them feel shit about it, and also I educate people on politics. That's what I do. Those are my takes. That's who it is. But you don't watch my content, which we've already established, so you're kind of just grasping at straws. By the way, bud, I'm not Roma Army. I'm not going to fold. This is easy.
Intimidate children, especially females, into being silent. They're deleting
Again, he's pushing a predator narrative, and he's trying to attack my character.
the videos a lot.
Them deleting bad takes, like making jokes. Because, by the way, one person who deleted their video was an individual who made a joke about how about how it's acceptable to shame men into getting pegged. If a man made a joke about sodomizing a woman, that would be considered awful, and they would get canceled. And yet it's okay for the other way around. I call that out. They feel stupid. They delete their video. That's what happens. That's what I call out. That's what I do. I make political commentaries, and then I make out jokes and call out content.
A lot of the times that you stitch. And simply uploading content on TikTok does not obligate anyone to teach boys how to be men or girls how to be women.
Dude, this is a social app. People just use it the way they want. Again, you're just going off into a tangent of nothing.
I'm just explaining to you what you're teaching young boys.
No, you're not explaining to me anything. You're trying to gaslight me and to lead me into a direction of defending this perspective, despite the fact that it is baseless, so that you can continue a conversation as if what you're saying is a fact. You're very transparent, and you're very easy.
And I fucking...
So let's go to my response video, which, by the way, is a very concise shutdown on who he is. So let's go.
Your content better. I took a few screenshots of your videos and I gendered who you...
You know, I'm streaming right now, and I got to... Oh, by the way, like, yeah, I'm annoyed. I don't like his content. I never had. I stay away from him because I honestly just see him as an incredibly shallow and bland talking point. To be absolutely honest with you, I equate him to Roma Army. The difference is Roma Army is a genuine individual who actually believes in what she's saying. This man has absolutely no conviction in any one of his morals or anything. He just constantly shouts into an echo chamber, hoping people will come back to him. That's it. Onto this dull video. Let's just go in order from the top left, work way to the right, and, you know, you get the drift. So, the top left video. Let's talk about we're gonna go back here. We're gonna talk about what we're gonna show what videos I'm specifically talking about and referencing because he brought them up. Where the hell is it now? There it is. This is the top left video. Talking about how people should actually explain their position on non-binary instead of just criticize people for not believing it. Does that sound like bullying to you? That's not bullying. The second one is an exercise. This is the second one right here. And how saying women are objects is the same as saying men are trash. Next one was talking about the societal reasons people wear makeup and how... Yeah, that one's that right there. Men and women both try to attract each other. The fourth one was me in defense of the girl because people were saying she was just a dumb 16. Yeah, this was me defending her, by the way. Year-old for duetting a video of mine. The next one was about how women make a mess in public bathrooms. Yeah, it was a joke video right here. It's like a real thing. One after that was a pretty insensitive joke about being pro-choice. Sure. Yeah, this was an insensitive joke. We're going to go through it, by the way, because I take accountability for my actions. It's an insensitive joke. By the way, I don't even think that this person genders himself as a girl, so that's another person you most likely misrepresented. Sure, he got me on that one, I guess. This one was me defending that girl, but saying not everything is toxic masculinity. Right, I made sure to say this is me defending this individual who identifies as a boy. The next one was talking about how you can respond as a white person on black issues, and the other one was a pretty respectful contention. Can you watch my videos before you make content? You cherry-pick to find the worst one, and you still fucking failed. Right, so we're gonna go through all these videos right now. First and foremost, he did cherry-pick. Would you like to know why? This was 6 days ago. By the time he made it, it was 5 days ago. He had all this content to go after, but he scrolled down as much as possible so that he can make me... He didn't talk about my conversation with Ryan Beard here. He didn't talk about me dumping soda on myself. He didn't talk about me talking about how real men need to start leading the direction so that people don't start feeling... Oh, no, this wasn't actually that. This was... This is actually a funny video.
I don't know why anybody would...
I made fun of this... I made fun of this guy. That's what it's about. Oh, but, you know, it's a male, so we can't actually show that video.
I don't know why...
Jesus. Right? So, let's just go through those videos that we proposed, one by one. This is what I would have done with him on here, but he decided to disengage because he has absolutely no foundation for anything he says. Let's go through all 9 of them. Here's the first one.
I am non-binary. You do not get to speak for me.
Honestly, I hate this line of logic so much.
So, by the way, her core video, which she already removed, if any of you know, Kelly Cadigan is a trans woman who said that she doesn't believe in non-binary. She thinks that it's just men and women. So this woman, or excuse me, I'm genuinely sorry, that non-binary person went on and just stitched her video, just put her whole video in there and said, you don't get to speak for me because I'm non-binary. I hate that logic. It really boils my blood that people want to pretend to be activists, but they take absolutely no time to educate people on their perspective. We're supposed to just take it, and you're supposed to be able to just shame us into believing what you want. That's my issue.
It's garbage. You don't get to say because you're a particular thing that people don't get to participate in the conversation about that thing. That's not how society works. That would be like if I told poor people they can't have a conversation about how to use my taxpayer dollars because I have money and they don't. The logic is ass backward. Me personally, I don't know if there's more than 2 genders. I have been desperately trying to have a conversation with a non-binary person to explain it to me in a way that makes sense, rather than just saying, oh, that's how I feel, because I want to validate it, but nobody gives people the opportunity to actually understand it. And instead of sitting down and explaining your logical rule set process to me to get me to understand why there or how there could be more than 2 genders, you say, oh, well, you're just a dumb transphobe. I want to understand it. I'm wrapping my head around maybe a 3rd gender, kind of, but nobody wants to have the conversation. You're why this is happening.
Now, I would like someone to explain to me how this is bullying, because it's not. It's me saying, it's me making a point. I'm making a point that people don't take the time to sit down and explain their perspectives on things, and they shame people into believing whatever they want because it's lazy. That's what this is about. This isn't bullying. And as we've already established, any attacks from my followers, according to One Guy's Opinion, aren't my responsibility. And the fact that I call them out means I'm going above and beyond, and I'm a stand-up guy. Your logical rule set. Let's go through the next one in the chain. How the hell do I go to the next video? Oh, Jesus, I'm going to have to go back, and it's going to mess everything up.
It's boring. I don't know why any...
What the hell's going on here? Guys, I'm an old man. You got to give me a little bit of a break when it comes to these videos, because I'm an old man and I do not know what the hell I'm doing. Sometimes we're at those. Here's what we'll do: make it easier for ourselves. Okay, so his thing says, "Bro, men are trash. Shouldn't be triggering for you. Women say that because of misogynistic men in our society. If you aren't one, it doesn't apply to you." Here's my response.
Okay. Well, by that logic, men saying women are just objects shouldn't bother you at all unless you're an object.
Logical, that's logical. The idea is that you shouldn't be insulted by an insult if a generalized insult targeting everybody if that doesn't apply to you. So it's the same logic. Calling men trash saying men are trash is the same thing as calling a woman an object. To an extent, I understand that there's more weight behind calling a woman an object, but the fundamentals apply. Is this bullying? No, it's not bullying. It's calling out logic, a flawed logical rule set from this individual. I don't care his gender or his age. It's a bad take from him, so I called it out as such. Here's an individual talking about some video. They say, if I put makeup on and don't go anywhere and I stay in my house all by myself, please tell me, who am I putting it on for again? I would like to know. They asked me, so I answered.
Question. You're putting it on to boost your self-esteem because makeup makes you look more attractive to society. And since you subconsciously associate it with that, you putting makeup on makes you feel better. It's the same reason why I feel nicer because I got a haircut, even though I don't really go anywhere. It makes me feel nice. It's okay. We all do it. It's a great...
Explain to me how that's bullying. I'd like to know that. Explain to me how that's bullying. I'm literally just saying, like, hey, people wear makeup to attract other people, just like me grooming myself. It's the same thing. I'm putting the same responsibility onto myself. That's not bullying. Even if your idea is like, oh, that's a bad take, Papa. Who cares? It's not bullying. It doesn't matter. This isn't bullying. You decided to label it as such, and you're wrong. So far, you're 0 for 3, my man. These are your videos, by the way, that you didn't watch. Clearly, we've already established that. That's supposed to say that I'm a bully. And you also didn't think it was relevant to sit down and talk about them. Here's the next one. So, this person had duetted me earlier, and I contested them, and they duetted me back or something. Anyway, one of my followers said they made a point basically about how she's just a dumb 16-year-old girl making a me and men bad video. I was defending her here. Are you ready?
This is the one. This is the video. This is the proof that some of you guys are so fucking stupid. Not this girl whatsoever, by the way. She's just...
I'm calling out my followers here. It's just in case you guys don't know.
Chilling, she's just vibing. Let me go through the chain of events of what's happening here. She made a joke about how men are gross. I made a joke about how women's restrooms were gross. She made another video that's like, oh, Vosh follows you. That's fun. Maybe he'll notice me. Then one of you guys decided to post on her video about how she's just a young, dumb girl, basically, which is what she's reacting to in her video, by the way. And you're invalidating her wholeheartedly, acting like this was some deep political commentary about peeing in the bathroom. What? Bro, stop assigning values to my video. And I'm gonna take it a step further because all the fucking comments on there are calling her a waste of cum. Did you guys, like, bro, fucking think, all of you, before you post on shit. Clearly, so many of you are off base on here. It's fucking incredible. The people who are harassing people that I do it are just as bad as the people who assume that I have ill intention because you're doing the same thing in a different way.
How is that bullying when I'm literally defending this girl after I made a take on her video? How is this bullying? Again, I'm not responsible for my followers. According to your logic, one guy's opinion, we've even gone as far to establish that I'm a fantastic guy for doing videos like this that call out my followers. So again, this isn't bullying. You're not here to establish that. You have no issue. Here's the video that she actually made. She said men are disgusting. Here's the video. This is the one that I apparently bullied this girl on.
I don't know how women can go into a public bathroom and then create red and yellow abstract art all over the toilet seat and then have the audacity to tell men that they're disgusting.
Women, it's a joke about women's restrooms and how women defile them. It's gross, and they really do that. This is an issue like all girls talk about. It's like a known thing. I used to clean bathrooms. Like, women's bathrooms are gross. They're more gross than men's. Women don't want to sit on the seat. They pee and do nasty shit all over it. Again, maybe you think it's a bad take. Not bullying. Explain to me how it's bullying. You can't, because you're not here. And you would just sit there fumbling through your words as you attempted to gaslight me. So this video is an insensitive joke. She says, or I'm sorry, this individual, I don't know what their thing, I don't know if the video's still up. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Are you a... I don't know, you don't identify in here. Whatever. Anyway, this was an insensitive joke about trans people. Okay, but would y'all still be pro-life if the fetus was LGBT? Basically making the assumption that, like, oh, you'd want to be pro-choice to abort it.
Why do you think I'm pro-choice in the first place?
It's a joke. It's a very insensitive joke about how I'm pro-choice so that we can abort trans people. It's a joke. I don't believe that. It's clearly a joke. This would be one of the videos where you said, oh, that's bullying. It's not bullying still. It's a really insensitive joke. It's not bullying. But you could have called it out and you would have had an argument to be made. You could have sat here and said, listen, Papa, you have some good takes in your videos, but videos like these really send the wrong message, especially now that you Especially since you try to make political content, this diminishes that. You could have made that argument. I don't care. I'm not going to really listen to that. But, like, I'll listen to it. But I make jokes, too. That's part of my content. You could have made that argument. You would have actually sounded smart. But instead, you didn't. You decided not to come on here. By the way, doing what we would have done together that you refused to do. Because apparently this isn't relevant, right? Here's the, here's the next one. This is the non-binary person.
Million views.
Or
It's probably more now. Just for having toxic masculinity.
So I don't.
Okay, so what this person is referring to is a young man, the one from before that I made a little joke about. The young man duetted a video of him just staring at him, where he was in a skirt or whatever and like dancing. It's like, oh, that boy's sus. So they called it toxic masculinity, and I contested that point. And here we go.
Necessarily disagree with your video, but this isn't toxic masculinity.
By the way, we've established I agree with this individual. I just don't think it's toxic masculinity, and I'm calling out the fact that we can't call everything toxic masculinity when it suits our, just because it suits our narrative.
It's just confusion. Your bio says you're a man. Fine, that's cool. And you're dressed femininely. You're going against gender norms. That's fine. Cool. You do you. But gender norms exist, and it's confusing to this guy. He doesn't hate you. Toxic masculinity is holding in your emotions and beating your wife. It's thinking you have superiority over women and that you own them. It's not accepting men that are feminine or women that are masculine. Not all masculinity is toxic, or else we wouldn't call it toxic masculinity. That's it. So stop throwing trigger words out there like toxic masculinity to over-validate your point. Especially since this guy's content, yeah, it's dry, it's boring. I don't know why anybody would watch it, to be honest with you. You could have just stuck with that.
So, I know the guy got a little upset when I made that. Here's the thing. Yeah, I'm actually just recontextualizing what toxic masculinity is. One guy opinion, you decided... By the way, he doesn't even believe in toxic masculinity, which is fine for any of you guys, but I'm literally agreeing with her perspective. Or, excuse me, his. I'm not even doing it on purpose. It just takes me a little while to go through it. This isn't bullying. This is a recontextualization, which a lot of my content is. That's kind of my thing. I don't know if you've ever seen it before. Clearly not. Here's another video. So I made a comment about having a conversation about black issues, and this guy decided to say because I'm white, I don't get to talk.
Problem with this is that you're some fucking white guy talking over.
I like that your whole criticism was that I'll never understand it because I'm white. But you're also white, which means I guess by definition you wouldn't understand it. Because if you did, I imagine you would have explained the issue to me. I think we're coming from two different places. I see black people as equals, so I'm going to engage with them in their content and the clips that they put up. Because to me, they're people. You pedestalize black people in a way that is very disingenuous and pandering to current events. Because you really have no concept of what society is and what it means to contribute and participate in it. You're a net loss individual that contributes absolutely nothing but divisiveness and demonization of people. You're a nothing. If you want to bounce off my content, be my guest. But make a point. Don't try to play some kind of moral superiority, because you clearly lack the ability to contribute to the conversation.
Where is that bullying? That's recontextualization of a very poor take from this individual that just continuously contributes to the divisiveness of society nowadays and to the basically walking on eggshells of minority groups in America rather than talking to them like human beings. That's what this is. It's a take. It's a different take. Again, you can disagree. I don't. It's right. I'm right. Doesn't matter. This isn't bullying. This is a recontextualization in a way to promote political growth. Next video. I believe this was the last one.
This is not reverse
Right, so he's saying
racism nor discrimination that you could tie into your statement on his.
See, the problem with this is that in this analogy, the subtext is that all white people are the oppressors of black people. They're not. You think the average white person is oppressing you? You're wrong. You want to make the argument that white people benefit from white people? Fine, I don't care. That's fine. But white people aren't oppressing you. Most white people either want equality or literally just don't care about anything outside of their own sphere. You should really redirect who the actual oppressor is, because you're angry at people who have nothing to do with anything. And all you're doing is perpetuating more hate at the people who want to help, rather than understanding that the true oppressors are people at the very top denying you opportunity to escape the pitfall of systemic racism and poverty in general, really.
This is not reverse.
it's a take. Again, you can decide it's a bad take, but this is a take on the demonization of white people. Now, this guy actually reached out to me and said that I miscontextualized the thing. There's a lot more. But for what the clip that he showed, what I said was applicable. So even if you agree, bad take, is this bullying? Am I bullying this individual? This isn't the guy, obviously. But am I bullying the individual? No, I'm not bullying anybody. None of the videos you proposed are me bullying. You didn't watch them, which we've already established, because you misgendered at least 2 people in there right after virtue signaling about how I target LGBT people. So far, you're swinging and missing, my man. So let's go through more of the videos that you've gone, and we'll just absolutely tear through you and your narrative and your perspective. It's going to be a lot of fun because you're rather easy. Let me scroll up here. I already showed my first video on him, and we'll do the next one after. Let's see.
Hate it when you guys harass people because I have a disagreement with
I think I already went through this video, no?
Papa Gut, this is another one of your videos where you're getting onto your follow.
Oh, right. I think I already made that video. Let's go through my second video first. We'll just put it up there just for... It's hard to go through here because he's constantly pooping his pants over me.
Gut, this is another one of your videos where you're getting onto your followers for harassing...
Listen, my man, I get that you make your whole TikTok thing off of having 17 videos on a particular topic instead of just using YouTube or something. Like, I'm not going to go back and forth over this. In your entire video, you never touched on the subject matter that I was talking about. I understand that I have more of a demographic towards particular things. I've talked about it multiple times, how I don't target people, I target dumb ideas. I call content out. I'm sorry that it's mostly women. That's really not on me. Listen, if you want to sit down and come on my live stream, that's fine. We can go through my videos one by one and we can have a nice conversation about the message behind what I'm saying. Or you can just continuously sit there and try to make it seem like I'm some kind of an anti-woman person, when you clearly didn't sit down and actually engage yourself into my content. I know I don't sit on a particular camp. I know I'm not a generalized talking point, but my messages are much deeper than you're clearly willing to look into. So, like, I don't know, come on now. I don't care. Come on tomorrow, whenever I'm streaming. You can see my bio. It's in my bio. Just go look at it. There you go. What part of that was bullying? What part of that was disrespectful? I called him out for another bad take after I called him out the first time for bad takes. Let's continue. Can you watch my videos before you make content? You cherry pick to find the worst one, and you still failed.
I didn't cherry.
Here's the greatest part. He didn't cherry pick, but even though he scrolled 5 days back, in this video it was 5 days, 6 days now. He scrolled 5 days back to try to promote his narrative that I mostly target girls. By the way, we've established non-binary man. You didn't even gender this guy.
In Photoshop, it's a screenshot of your videos. Cherry picking would be talking about the video that you stitched 2 days ago that had 4 comments at the time that you stitched it. Within an hour of you stitching that video, suddenly it had 605 comments. Now then, you've since deleted that video and mysteriously uploaded a video talking about how your followers like to send people death threats. I'm sure those aren't related.
Oh no, they're absolutely related. We could have talked about that. I know that you're really angry and trying to make a narrative. I am 100% open on everything. Would you like to know what that video was about that he's referencing and hiding? Because he knows it's a complete deconstruction. It was a young girl calling men pedophiles because they like women without body hair. But you didn't want to show that part, right? And what happened is somebody took it way too far, and this individual reached out to me. We had a conversation. I took the video down to stop this individual from getting harassed. That's it. I could have done nothing. This is the problem. I could have just done nothing and not cared. But all this establishes is that I give a shit about people that I duet, and I'm not a bully. Or I would have left it up and not cared about this individual's safety in any capacity. But I did. I do. I genuinely care about the people I duet. The only thing that bothers me is when people weaponize my message to hurt people. It legitimately and genuinely bothers me to my core. It does. It bothers me. It's all that it takes. That's it. That's really the only thing that gets to me. I like that you're trying to play moral superiority. You clearly missed again. Let's try. Let's keep going.
You're swinging a 900,000 follower bat.
Who cares? It doesn't matter. You've established. Let's go through this again. You have established I am not responsible for my followers and that I am a stand-up guy for even calling them out in the first place. Weird how that narrative has shifted already.
Primarily small accounts, mainly focusing on girls, followed by children.
Again, he's reiterating the same point that I've already contested this point that I go after bad takes. He just says the same thing over and over again.
By the pride community, and then you also stitch some boys. This app has a plethora of large accounts.
Yeah, and they block me.
This app has
because
a
I make them feel
plethora
silly.
of adults who say stupid stuff for you to choose from. But you don't
So tag me in those videos. You have no problem spam tagging me when you want me to see every response that I've commented on in a way that makes me seem like a predator, but you apparently can't just tag me in a video that you find a bad take.
Go after them. and there's a reason for that.
Let's see it.
And now your 13-year-old boy followers are freaking out that I stitched one of your videos. That's all they see you do.
This is your
Can you watch
this is your third video that you've stitched. How are you going to say one of my videos? By the way, the subtext there is that I'm afraid of men. I'm literally engaging with you. Where's your high ground? How do you even make that argument? How do you make the argument? Where is it? Let's go on the next one. There's 12 videos from him, by the way.
If you want to schedule a time for us to have a back and forth discussion,
here we go.
I'll consider it.
He'll consider it because it's such a privilege to have somebody like him on my page. I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm 3 times the size of your account. The reason I went on to Vosh, and I don't mean to bring him up, is because he's a bigger account. He has established himself. He has worked hard to establish that. That is what I have done on my Twitch. That's why I'm asking you to come onto my page. You made the accusations, nut up, and come on here.
Never joined anyone's podcast or live stream before, but I'll consider it.
Oh, well, thank God. I mean, I really am happy that he considered it.
The only 2 questions
What an
I
honor.
have for you is why are you targeting small creators?
Yeah, I know. I don't care what your question's on. Again, I already answered you. Come on the stream.
And why are you targeting children?
By the way, I said I'm waiting for you on stream.
Females. But you and I already know the answer to that. You target small creators because somebody with 150 followers has no recourse against somebody with 900,000 followers.
I'm a big account. Like, listen, not for nothing. I started 3 months ago. When you know how many followers I started with? 0. My call-out content got me to 900,000. And now, according to you, I shouldn't call people out anymore because I'm so big and it's irresponsible. I'm calling you out.
Them. There's nothing they can do. Just delete the video, delete their account.
It doesn't matter. By your own logic, what he's saying, that like I'm bullying people with my followers, again, he's established. It doesn't matter. I'm not responsible for my followers, and that I am a commendable guy for even speaking out against it. So this is nothing. This is
Hope the hate stops.
war. This is a shift on his original narrative. And what he wants me to do is engage in it in a way where it's like, I don't do that. He's trying to bait me into going with his logic, because then he can pretend that it's logic when it's not. It's an opinion that he's made the 3rd time in a row.
And you go after children because it's pretty easy to win an intellectual conversation with a child.
That's really weird, because I've had conversations with children that was much more stimulating than this. This is pathetic. This is easy. This is an afternoon. This is nothing. This is nothing. I've had conversations with 15-year-olds who are much more stimulating than a conversation with you, because you have no depth of thought or capacity to think outside of your echo chamber. You're nothing. You're criticizing yourself at this point.
There are thousands of large accounts on here that are even run.
So tag me in them. Tag me in them. I really make most of my content off my For You page, or what people tag me in. Tag me in something. I've made that video before. Tag me.
Run by adults that you could choose to target, but you don't, because that's risky.
It's not risky at all. No, none of the attacks that not even attacks, none of the call-out content that I make is risky. You want to know why? Because I go for bad takes. That's it. It doesn't matter. There's no risk. There's no risk in going after you. I'm responding to you. There's a risk in coming after me with ridiculous lies, and that risk was that you lost 600 followers in the past 24 hours. Your clout chase actually miserably failed. You continuously block people that don't agree with your perspective and say, wow, you're really obsessing over Papa Gut. And we haven't even got to the real beautiful aspect. There's such a beautiful... we're not even there yet, guys. We're not even there yet. By the way, I've gotten like 20,000 followers in the past day or something, or 10,000. And again, I don't care, but this is clearly grasping for clout.
Account with a following could mass report you, or have you...
Yeah, they've tried before. All of them tried. And you want to know what happens? My videos get taken down, and then I appeal them, and they go right back up, because there's nothing wrong with them. It's because people don't like feeling silly when I call them out for being divisive individuals promoting an overly politically correct narrative that exists to demonize people. That's it. And by the way, not a singular time have I been chat restricted, shadow banned, temporarily banned in any capacity. I've gotten a live stream banned because I said a poo-poo or so. I said like I talked about oral sex on there on accident. I haven't had a single restriction against my account. Oh, but somehow you know better than an account like TikTok, which is incredibly intense on everybody's posts. Somehow, though, I must be magical. Maybe TikTok's afraid of me, right? Maybe they're afraid of me. Maybe that's why they don't ever penalize me for a single thing. Yeah, you're totally right, man. This is a good classification. By the way, you haven't had a single good take.
You can.
And your condescending attitude is pathetic.
And heaven forbid you target adult men on this app.
Are you not an adult man? Would you like me to just plow through your boring, dull content? Would you like me to make my page dedicated to how worthless you are? No, I'm not going to do that. You want to know why? Because you're dying off. You're a nobody.
Gosh, that would take balls.
Wow, it looks like you're crying in that. Well, I'm waiting for you. You can still come on now. We'll have the conversation. So, let's go to my video first, because I made, like, I think one last video about him in this row. Because, I wasn't really interested in going back and forth, like I said. So,
but if you want to schedule a time for us to have a back and forth discussion, I'll consider
listen,
it.
man, I get it. You haven't had growth in. Oh, by the way, this is pretty beautiful. I love this video. My words are a little wonky because I was kind of annoyed with this guy, but. Time you're coming after me. You want to play moral superiority by saying, well, maybe I'll come on your podcast, as if you're someone desperate for me to have on. I get it. You're trying to save face despite the fact that you clearly never actually look at my content. You're trying to make me look like a predator despite, again, the fact that you haven't looked at my content. You're saying, oh, I'll ask you these couple questions. Come on my stream, like I said, because all you really want to do is generate clout because nobody is falling for your constant micro swap changes. All right, we get it. You want to be like Heisenberg. By the way, the point of this was because a lot of people tell me he constantly shifts his perspective in order to try to pull in as many people as possible. Very disingenuous, and nobody's falling for it. That was the point. I could have been a little more concise, but I wasn't. So, just clarifying that for you guys. Let's chill. Come on the street. I go after ideas that are wrong. Big accounts block me because they're wrong. Fat Raccoon, Joe Robe, Alluring Skull, because when I call out their content, they don't know what to say because they feel stupid when they're wrong. I go after people. Again, you came after me with... And I meant to say I go after people with bad takes. Really no evidence, and you're desperate to continue this chain, but I'm telling you, I'm over it. You're not interesting or excited. Come on my stream or just shut the fuck up. Yeah, there we go. So I matched his condescension. I just took it a step further and actually said the truth. That's the difference between the two of us. So here's his next take. This is where he decides that, well, I'm just getting crazy. Despite the fact that he has completely misrepresented me, he's labeled me as a predator, and been incredibly condescending in his videos. Growth in a long time, you're coming after me. You want to play moral superiority by saying, well,
Papa God, I stitched one of your videos.
This is like the 7th video you've stitched. I don't know, like, how you convince yourself that it's one of my videos. This is number, like, 6 or 7. But you only stitched one of my videos, right? It's really insane how easy it is to pick through you because you constantly lie. You're a pathological liar. This is evidence of that. We've established it like 4 times already, by the way.
And you're now cursing, attacking me personally.
I'm cursing, and I've cursed at you. I didn't attack you personally. I said your videos are dull, because your videos are dull. That's the most attack that I made on you. Your videos suck. You somehow, instead of being concise and boiling down your point to one video, you make like 7 videos in different parts. Because you don't have the capacity to actually sit down and go, okay, how can I deliver my message as concise as possible? And that's why I'm popular, because I get a lot out in a little bit of time. I've learned how to use this app, and I've learned how to use my minute to promote a message. A generally good message that's somewhat unifying. It might be blunt, it might be harsh, but it's not bullying. So here we go. So far, you got nothing. I really wish that you were sitting here right now, because it really would have been me just shaming you the whole time, because you have nothing. I would have loved to see you just walk your way out of this and gaslight my audience into thinking you're right. By the way, this is going through your videos. Like, if I'm completely wrong, everybody will just say I'm wrong, right?
You're angry. You're rabid right now.
Angry and rabid. I'm a little annoyed. Rabid, I don't think so. But again, we're not actually going after my points. He's trying to diminish my character.
Because I stitched.
Is that ad hominem? I'm not very formally educated when it comes to actual debates. But I believe that's what it is.
Your videos. This is what you do to other people.
No, it's not. I actually say good things and I make good takes. This isn't what I do. You're morally grandstanding me because you have nothing left. And you're desperately backing yourself into a corner. And you are subtextually referencing the fact that my followers bully them. Again, because, you haven't gone through my content. You don't actually know what my content is.
But you target small creators.
Again, the same thing. Small creators, women, who cares? Shut up. Just come on here. I've already established you're wrong. This is like the 7th video you're saying the same thing, my friend.
Target children. Target girls.
Again, the predator angle.
It's the pride community. But don't worry. You have 900,000 followers. You don't have to delete your video. You don't have to delete.
No, I don't delete my videos because they're good takes. And the videos I do are bad takes.
Your account.
By the way, I've established this already. By the way, I've established already that, like, I'm not straight. I don't really like to identify, but I'm attracted to feminine men. I'm not straight. I've openly admitted that. And if your whole subtextual argument is that all my followers are edgy kids that hate gay people, then why is my count going up? Why? Either they're not that way, or I'm actually getting people to accept LGBT people. Ah, weird. Either one of those things completely devalues your argument.
The hate isn't going to come towards you because I don't have a toxic community.
No, the hate's not going to come towards you because we have a similar community and they're falling for your bullshit. Oh, by the way, beautiful time to bring this up. Fantastic time about how he doesn't have a toxic community. I'm not going to say too much. Mostly I'm going to read this right here from somebody rather close to me who is a victim of a doxing attack because he mischaracterized this individual as a predator and it threatened his family. And what happens when people speak out? He blocks them. He loves to block them. So we're going to read this. I'm not going to go in any detail on what I truly know because it's not my place to do that. So we're going to read this, how toxic your followers are and how you ignore it because you have absolutely no moral foundation. You come after me because I speak out against this shit. It's fucking disgusting. Call me an idealist, but I don't like it when people that I do get harassed and assaulted. You don't care. That's the reality. So let's get right into this. I'm going to read this right now, directly from this individual. I'm writing this statement anonymously for reasons that will soon become apparent. I think we've already made those reasons rather apparent, my friend. Before I get to it all, I want to thank Papa not only for the chance to explain what happened to me, but also for being a compassionate and decent human being. I will cut to the quick of it with this simple statement. Within the last 6 months, one guy's opinion alleged that I am a pervert and a predator. This, in and of itself, is nothing more than a ramblings of a clearly mentally ill man. However, multiple things that happened afterwards that caused me to delete my account and fear for the safety of myself and my loved ones. I had made content about large creators before and received pushback and some vague threats. That being said, this time I almost immediately received a few very violent threats after one guy's opinion videos went up. To play it safe, I privated my account for roughly 24 hours after this, hoping things would cool down and I can go back to my regular posting. However, upon unprivating my account and opening my DMs up to the public again, I received a message that contained not only my own docs, but my wife's docs, as well as her, as well as her place of employment. The sender also went on to say how they would love to curb stomp a predator like me and threaten to contact my wife's work about the incident. To be honest, that message scared me more than any other communication I've ever received on TikTok. I immediately deleted my account out of fear for the safety of my family and my wife's new career. What one guy's opinion accused me of was baseless. There was no proof he could have had provided because it simply does not exist. Sounds very familiar, guys. I am not that kind of person. Had he even watched my videos, he would have seen my story of how my sister and I were victims of child predators and grooming. Another perfect example of how he is rampant, doesn't care about people, because this would have contextualized every aspect of his conversation, of his attack on him. Had he watched my videos, he would have seen that I spent my summer and fall of 2019 attending with local organizations dedicated to fighting child abuse and sex trafficking. Wow, what a great guy. By his own logic, without actual evidence, he does the same thing he accuses Papa of doing. Extrajudiciously, he acts as judge, jury, and social executioner of those he's declared as predators. The attacking nature of his videos is no doubt what inspired his followers to personally attack me and my family. I'm not saying that making a video like this is morally right or wrong, but even one error in this situation can wrongfully destroy an innocent person's life. One guy opinion masquerades as a person open to conversation, different opinions, and rich dialogue, yet what he has shown in his interaction with Papa and me indicates that this is a falsehood. One guy's opinion is every bit as toxic and vindictive as he accuses so many others of being, and Papa God is just a motherfucker to take him down. And you want to know why we know this is true? Because not a single time in any of my content have I ever made an incorrect opinion. I've never lied. I've never lied a singular time, even when it's convenient for me. Me as a person validates that argument because I am not a liar. Show me where I'm a liar. I'm not going to go any further than that with what that individual told me. There's no reason to do so. This is what you do. You incorrectly assigned a value of a predator to an individual that got them doxxed and almost killed. And then you come after me because I am very critical of my followers for doing the same. How can you do that? Where? How? Yet all you do is you block people that disagree with you. You have nothing left. It is clear here that you are a worthless individual who only cares about internet clout rather than doing the right thing. And the reason I have grown this as an account is because I'm trying to do the right thing in every single one of my videos. You can think I have bad takes, but I absolutely do not bully individuals. And this proves that you don't give a fuck about anybody other than yourself. That's the reality of the situation.
Unlike your toxic community.
Wow, we've just established that your community is incredibly toxic.
It's running rampant in my comment section right
By
now.
the way, let's just kind of go into this. Let's do like a little offset here. Here's a couple of different pictures. I'm not going to get all of them, but here's a picture where he blocked a follower for calling him out. Here's a picture where he blocked this person for calling him out. Here's another picture where this guy says, hey, he blocked me. There's like I have like 20 of those. That's what he does. You don't care. You don't care about people getting hurt. I do. People reach out to me a lot. They say, Papa, listen, people are attacking me. That's why I make my videos, my call-out content. I sit there for extended periods of time talking to young people who feel targeted by my videos. I explain to them the content of my videos. I talk about it. It is incredibly inappropriate for them. And then I talk about their trauma in detail as they vent to me. Because I care about people. I don't make it public because I'm not a child who needs clout for doing the right thing. There's a lot of people in my DMs, they talk about traumas that they have faced. They talk about how they're not taken seriously as children and that their parents don't care about their struggles. I had one individual tell me that their parents were trying to put them through conversion therapy and how they don't care about their history of assault. And because I don't devalue children, I sit down and I have a conversation with this individual. Because that conversation could mean life or death between that individual. That's what I do. That's why people follow me, and you can see that kind of shit if you took a fucking second to look at my content, but you didn't. That's the reality of the situation. You look at children as this weird taboo. For some reason, you sexualize every single encounter between a young child. I don't know why. I'm not going to speculate on why. But it's rather disgusting, isn't it? I am an Eagle Scout throughout my entire career as an Eagle Scout. Or rather, most of my Boy Scout career, I was a troop guide. I sat down and I taught children how to be men. Young boys how to be men, how to take care of themselves and survive. That's what I do. I'm not uncomfortable around children because I'm not a predator. That's all it is. That's the reality of the situation. And every single thing that I've ever said and done up until this point on my TikTok shows that emphatically. You can say I have bad takes, but this bully narrative has been deconstructed time and time again.
Right now, you have the opportunity to feel empathy towards your...
My empathy is immeasurable compared to yours. You're pathetic. You're a pathetic human being that doesn't care when people get their lives threatened, which we've already just established.
Your victims. This is what you do to other people that have no recourse, that aren't safe with 900,000 followers. And trust me,
Sounds like you're jealous of my follower count.
I'm not trying to take the moral high ground here. I'm a scumbag. I just think before...
You're not well, you are a scumbag, but, like, I want you to understand something here. The subtext of this is that he thinks that we're, like, equal in mental capacity. We're not equal in any mental capacity. I am objectively more intelligent in every facet of my being than you are. All right? I am intelligent than a lot of people, but I don't sit here and talk about it and grandstand about it. But just the fact that you think that you have any level, that you can attain any equalness to me and my character and my intelligence baffles me. This is one of the most pathetically ridiculous things that you have ever said. And it's actually the dumbest thing that you probably have ever said. It's wrong. You're not anywhere on my level. You're a nobody, you're a nothing, and after this video goes out, you're going to continue to diminish down to talking about children's movies, children's shows like 13 Reasons Why. Trigger warning, I don't care about the followers that get doxxed by me. Trigger warning, I obsess about it. It actually tears me up. You can think I'm lying, you can think I'm disingenuous. I saw a comment from Jonathan Moss saying that he thinks that it was a fake video when I absolutely lost it the other night, but it's not. It breaks me down as an individual, which is why I speak out against it. Everybody keeps telling me, you don't have to care, Papa, but I do care. I might be an idealist, but the right thing is the right thing, regardless of whether it works or not. And even if one person shifts their perspective and realizes that the person on the other end of the screen is a human being, then at least I've done something. I've done something. I make it my duty to block people who are toxic. Pan Papa has spoken is not a toxic saying. It's a meme that people like to say.
Or I post shit. You should try it.
Get it? You haven't had.
Wow. So far, you are just completely destroyed. I really hope that you're watching here, by the way. Let's get another. My next video on him, by the way, we're just going to scroll up to it. Is this video about how we're going to get together? Because the next couple of videos he makes, I just say, I'm not going to argue with you. Come on, or shut the hell up.
Like I said in my video last night, Papa Gut, you are not responsible for the actions.
Again, he's saying I'm not responsible for the action. What is it, the third or fourth time? And yet, his entire thing revolves around the fact that I somehow am, even though he says I'm not.
Your followers, but you've posted several videos voicing frustration in their behavior, and I wanted to explain to you why it is that they're...
That's fantastic. This was just the third time you're doing it. You could have made one video that says everything in these 12 videos one time. It would have been really concise, and people might have actually looked at it instead of you losing 600 followers.
Acting the way they are. It's because you've built an account around bullying people online.
We've already proven that to be wrong. You could have sat down and you could have proven it right, but you decided not to. You could have sat here, you could have gone through all my content, you could have proposed videos that were bullying, and we could have had a conversation about it, but you chose not to because you're a pathetic coward that doesn't actually want to stand on your fucking laurels.
And it doesn't matter if that's not what you see your actions as doing. That's how it's viewed by others.
It doesn't matter. See, this is the problem. Well, the interpretations of your actions are this, this, and this. Really? That's very bizarre, because my entire content page is about getting people to understand my perspective. I'd like to bring up an individual right now. Her name is Gabby, right? A lot of you guys probably know. I think it's Gabby Hanna, an individual that myself, we've both gone at each other's throats before. By the way, I think that she's a very intelligent woman. Very intelligent. I just don't, I have a difference in opinion. We went at each other's throats, and now she reached out to ask me if she can come on my stream and have a conversation with me, because she respects my takes, regardless of whether she agrees with them or not. And I'm happy to sit down with her, despite the fact that we differ in opinion, because she's somebody that I actually see as an intellectual equal, other than yourself.
You invited me to join your live stream last night, and I did. And you were playing video games.
So this is just a child of me being juvenile. I invited you to your live stream. You didn't announce yourself. What, did you just come on here for 5 minutes and watch me play video games and, like, touch yourself profusely? What's wrong with you? Say something. Be a man, which you claim I'm not in one of these future videos.
This just further goes with how you're not recognizing the situation. That's not how adults have a mature conversation.
So where are you? Where's the mature conversation? It doesn't look like we're playing video games right now, does it? It looks like we're just completely deconstructing every aspect of you.
But it is very appealing to your predominantly teen male audience. And if I'm wrong on that, just show your analytics showing a predominantly female following.
Who cares? Who cares what my analytics are? Yeah, I have 2/3 men. Who cares? Again, it's trying to deconstruct me rather than my message, because he has nothing.
You voiced frustration with larger accounts blocking you.
No, I use that as evidence against you because you said I don't go after large accounts. Now you're trying to gaslight me into thinking that somehow I voiced frustration. I wouldn't voice frustration with you about my everyday dealings in life. I wouldn't even voice frustration with you about how much it hurt to take a shit this morning.
Because you're seen as a bully account.
That's not my problem. I do everything I can to not be seen that way.
You've stated
which you've established multiple times, even at the beginning of this video.
Your videos that you're aware that your followers bully and send death threats to the people.
It doesn't matter according to your logical rule set. I'm not responsible for them. And again, you're bringing it up as if I am. Pick a side. Pick one. You can pick either one. Maybe they're right. Doesn't matter. Pick one. Stop going back and forth because you're getting backed into a corner.
You stitch, and yet you target children and girls.
And again, children and girls, because, you know, every encounter I have with a child is sexual, according to you. That's what your logic is here.
Like I said in my video last night, Papa Gut, you are not responsible for the act.
What is this, the beginning of the video? Right? You see that? What is this video?
While so many teenage boys...
Oh, it's another one. Oh my god, it's another video. We're 12. We have 12 of them from him.
Papa Gut are on my channel trolling in the comments.
Alright, young boys. Papa Gut, like, has a bunch of young kids following him. Again, it's just more character assassination.
I wanted to explain something to you.
I would love it if you'd explain a singular right thing to me. It would be really nice.
A grown man attacking children and girls and the...
By the way, if you see this follower count here, I just kind of want to do something. We just want to establish something here. Let's see, this is the first video that he did of me. I just kind of want to establish something, as he's lost 600 followers. I was at 944, and he was at 9... Wow, now I'm at 955. A day later. That's crazy. I wonder if that has anything to do with my message being received well. Yet you've lost 600 followers.
The pride community is not toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity does.
What are we gonna say?
While so many teenage boys who follow Papa God are on my channel trolling in the comments, I wanted to explain something to you. A grown man attacking children and girls in the pride community is not toxic masculinity.
What the fuck are you talking about? Who cares? What?
Toxic masculinity doesn't exist.
It does exist. I'll contend that to my death, because it absolutely does exist. We do not value femininity enough in society, and it's one of the things that I say constantly and profusely, because it's true.
That behavior is a lack of masculinity.
You're just saying things now. You brought up toxic masculinity, talking about lack. Let's just keep going through this video.
One of the most basic primal instincts of masculinity is wanting to protect others. It's fueled by testosterone and adrenaline.
You can make the argument that I try to protect others by swatting away disingenuous messages from people who are really more interested in harming others with toxic messages that are politically correct.
And when it comes to girls saying something stupid or something you disagree with online, it shouldn't bother you.
Why? This is an app. They put out content that promotes a bad message. It goes into the echo chamber. It becomes more normalized for you to basically say incredibly hurtful things about young men. And I'm going to speak out against it. You want to know why? Because that's how you educate people, by telling them that they're wrong. What, do you want me to wait for them to be 25 and in college screaming at men's faces? What's your logic here? We could know that if you came on, but you didn't.
The thing about being a teenage boy is the desperate longing to make out with chicks. Who cares if you disagree with what they say online?
What are you talking about?
Bully them.
Well, we've already said
the insecurity of being a teenage boy, which all us men were insecure teenage boys at one time. You're not weird or different for having that.
What the hell is your point? So wait, he's making a point now that, like, it's okay to be a young boy? That's what I do in a lot of my videos, except I actually make the point valid and people watch it.
Don't let insecurity cause you to become a follower to seek safety in numbers to bully others.
What the hell are you talking
Weakness
about?
doesn't breed strength. While so many teenage boys...
This was like the weirdest, most like gaslighting video ever. You didn't even make a point. You just talked about toxic masculinity. I never made a point about toxic masculinity. This is a really weird take from you, bro. What the hell is the matter with you? What the hell was that? Now I gotta go find the video again because I can't scroll to the side because I messed something up. Let's see. Is it this one?
Last night, Papa Gut, you are not responsible for the...
Okay.
While so many teenage...
Okay.
There seems to be some...
Okay. This is another video. By the way, like, I haven't responded yet. I just keep telling him to respond to me.
Confusion with Papa Gut's followers and even Papa Gut himself that I'm posting these videos for clout.
Oh, you are, but it doesn't work. And now you're just feeling like you're backed into a corner because people are saying you're doing it for clout because that's what you do with every interaction that you have with anybody else.
Not the case. I knew before I posted the first video I would actually lose.
No, you didn't. You didn't know any of that. This is what you designed your content around, is going after people. You swing violently, you hope that you hit, but you usually this time you didn't. It didn't work because you got nothing.
Over this. Anyone who feels torn between our two accounts, which they shouldn't, follow whoever you want, knows that if they speak out against Papa Gut, they're going to get harassed and receive death threats.
Again, he's subtextually saying I'm responsible for my followers, and he's just calling them all toxic. Let me realize something here. He just said that we have the same follower base, but then mine are toxic. Somehow we have the same follower base, but I'm the only one with toxic followers. But we have the same base, so by your logic, we have the same toxic followers. You're doing a really good job here.
It's an easy choice who to side with. You also have to realize...
It is a very easy choice, especially after tonight.
...that anything that gives people a sense of safety or sense of belonging, not only will they defend it, they'll fight for it.
He's just making this whole weird argument about how it's all a hive mind collective in my follower base, despite the fact that, again, you've already established we have the same follower base. It's all ad hominem attacks against myself, my characters, and now my followers, despite the fact that he's already established about 5 times now that I'm not responsible for what they say. His logical rule set, not mine.
Even if that sense of safety and belonging is based on a lie or a bad thing or something that's bad for them. A perfect example.
By the way, what he's talking about is hive minding, and like I call out hive minds all the time. I'm creating a middle camp for people to align with that's more rational and logical and actually pushes forward from a social perspective. I'm sorry that's too deep for you. You can still sit there and talk about 13 reasons why if you want.
This
sucks.
Is groups that tell themselves they're oppressed. That doesn't help them.
I'm not telling people that they're oppressed. I'm telling people to stop using victimization as a way for you to redirect oppression back at other people, and I'm trying to teach men in general to be more feminine and to accept other feminine men. I make videos about this shit all the time. By the way, you don't acknowledge toxic masculinity, which is fine in and of itself, but you can't stand here and morally grandstand and talk about how I tell men that they're the victims when I say we need to fundamentally shift the way that we think about masculinity and femininity. You're really not doing a good job.
To their own success to think that they're held back in some way.
This is what I call out. This is literally every identity group who victimizes themselves in a way that reduces their ability to succeed in life. Let's just acknowledge the fact that I know that we need to implement a program that will actually help people have more of a leg up in society, but you're talking about victim complexes while coming after my follower base and actually unintentionally supporting me in general and my content narrative.
Papa Gut's followers who go around bullying people
We
and
have the same
sending people
followers.
death threats feel
Oh, we've already established that you do the same thing.
sense of safety in those numbers.
Your followers do the same thing.
It
But
gives them a
I block those people. I block the followers who do shitty things. You block people who say you're really obsessed with Papa Gut.
Of belonging to spread hate. There seems to be
So this is just more nothing. I didn't even respond to it. Okay, so, oh, he must have deleted the video. I don't know, that where he said he would come on and have a conversation with me. That's fine. Actually, let's just go see if I have it in my my video folder that I saved, because I kind of assumed he would delete one of them. Which number are we in there? Is there one in here somewhere? Maybe he didn't make it in the first one.
like I said in my video last night, Papa Gut.
Let's see.
While so many teenagers,
Blah, blah, blah.
there seems to be some confusion.
Is that one? Is this the one?
Sorry to have to
Oh, I guess he actually didn't make a video about it. He just agreed with my video. So, my bad on that one, guys. Oh, look, he won one time unintentionally. Yay. All right, so let's go through my next video where I say, hey, come on the stream, and we'll talk about how civil it actually is.
All right, my friend, One Guy's Opinion. It seems we've reached an agreement. This Wednesday, 10:30
By the way,
p.m.
we've reached the
EST.
agreement in his comment section.
Live on my Twitch, we're going to have a conversation. All you need to do is download Discord.
Actually, I think he made a video about it, and then he must have removed it before I could save the video this morning.
And have some kind of a mic and, earbuds or something. I use a headset, whatever works for you. I would recommend answering me on Instagram to set it up a little further.
This is all before he decided to walk off of it like an hour later because he was afraid of being
And we're going to be
destroyed.
talking about your claims that I am somebody who targets small accounts, young people and girls, and LGBT people, I think you mentioned. I made the contestment that I just attack what I see as bad ideas. So it'll be fun. We're going to sit down and we're going to go through the videos that you brought up, and then we're probably going to go through other ones of my videos. That's what we're going to solely focus on, is my content and like the ways in which you think I bully people. So if you guys are interested, stop on by. And we'll have some fun, I hope. And I guess you could stick around and play Valorant after if you want. I mean, there's no problem with that. Or maybe you're more of a World of Warcraft kind of guy. I don't know.
So this was an incredibly inviting video that wasn't toxic at all. It was very civil, saying we're going to sit down, we're going to go through what you're saying and my contention to that, and we're going to go through my content to promote the truth. And then I make a joke about him sticking around playing video games with me after. Very civil. Very interesting how civil that was. Now let's look at his next video.
Sorry to have to post a correction video, but Papa Gut and I will not be having a discussion live this
We've
Wednesday.
already established why.
Perhaps if I was a teenage girl or if I only had 150 followers, he would be willing to have
Right, so again, there's attacks on my character.
this discussion live on Instagram.
It's just like this desperation to get me on Instagram so that it doesn't go up. He doesn't want me to screen record it probably because he knows this is going to be absolutely brutal.
An app we both use.
I don't really use Instagram. We both have it. That doesn't mean we both use it. And I use Twitch a lot because I am a content creator. And I'm really trying to get my content out there, and I'm gaining traction. So I'm going to make content out of this. You called me out. It's your responsibility to step up to the plate. You decided not to.
But instead, his preference is to have this live streamed on Twitch. an
Yes. Why wouldn't it be?
app very popular with teenage boys.
Who cares?
Which is not a surprise because that is his primary follower base.
Who cares? Again, just more attacks on my character.
He has said that he does still plan to address his content this Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern live on his Twitch. I highly doubt that he will address the fact that he stitches videos from small creators, primarily children.
I've already actually addressed it multiple times and said that I go after bad takes. Oh, you know what else we did? We went through 9 videos that you claimed were bullying, and none of them were bullying.
Knowing full well that he has curated a toxic community that bullies and sends death threats to accounts that he stitches.
That's crazy because you did the same thing, except you have no remorse about it.
And don't take my word for it, he's posted videos saying that that's what his community does.
Yeah, The same videos you commended me for posting. He's saying, well, you posted videos saying that you do that. No, I posted videos calling out shitty followers of mine. Then you commended me for it, and now you're trying to make it use it to make me look bad. You see how this is really, like, dude, honestly, you missed every time you've made a video. Every single time. Okay, so we're going to go through this video next. Here's what happened. We're going to go through this entire story because we're going to do it the right way, and we're not going to promote a false narrative. Here we go. This is a video that an individual said that one of my followers has harassed her.
So first and foremost, I take sexual assault jokes very seriously. I'm not a fan at all. I've never made one. So one of your friends was in my DM. I told them to send me receipts. They said you deleted the person already. Just give me their name on face value. I'll just block them from my page.
Right, so what am I doing here? I'm saying I will block another follower who has triggered you due to your issues. This is another girl. Without any proof, because I believe this individual. She seems like a trustworthy person. I don't see why she would lie.
Secondly, though, and maybe I'm wrong, but I looked through about 100 of my videos, and I don't see where I've duetted you. You don't reference that I made any type of reaction or duet to you, so I'm going to assume that you just found out they're one of my fans, and you're using this to kind of smear me. Again, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I've ever duetted you. I post a lot. I could be wrong. All I'm saying is that from what I'm seeing, how many other people does this person follow, and why aren't you calling them out as well?
So, what are we establishing here? I don't remember making a stitch with this individual. I don't. It actually turned out that I was wrong. But I don't know what she was talking about. I actually literally, I'm not even exaggerating, looked through 100 of my like 850 videos to try to find this young girl's stitch. That's what I tried to do. It didn't really work because it wasn't there, because I deleted it almost immediately after. But before I could make a response video, and after, well, actually, let's go into this first. This young individual, she messaged me, and she said, hey, it was a video on, you made a video on this video, and it was down almost immediately. And then I remembered. I guess it was a day ago. He says a day ago. Her video is like 5 days old or 4 days old. Who knows? I made a video. I actually explained the entire thing in a video. But basically, I made a video where it seemed like she was gatekeeping black music from white people. And I said, that's not the right thing to do. All right? That was my take. It was a take against that. I read it wrong. And when I posted it, my followers were like, Papa, you actually misunderstood what she was saying. And guess what? I was misunderstanding what she's saying. So I deleted it. That's what I did because I made a bad video. So I was like, okay, it's not very big. Let's just remove it. It was a bad take. I didn't read it very well. I did the wrong thing, so I removed it. It's really weird. Yeah, so there you go. So then before I could make a response video, and I was in the comments talking about her, we had a conversation about her issues for a while, and I asked her specifically, I'm not giving you receipts, specifically because this is an interaction between me and her, and I'm not going to unveil her message. That would be disgusting when she was confiding in me. I asked her, I said, would you like me to remove the video, or would you like me to make a new video about it? She said, please make a new video about it. That's what she said. So I did it. I would have been willing to remove the video, but One Guy's Opinion is here to speculate about every single thing that's going on, so here we go.
I get overwhelmed so easily. My anxiety creeps inside of me.
By the way, as we go through this whole thing, he stitched her entire video, he took her entire video, removed the first half of what I said, and then tried to morally grandstand me and speculate, despite the fact that he was wrong.
I get overwhelmed.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I looked through about 100 of my videos, and I don't see where I've duetted you. You don't reference that I made any type of reaction or duet to you, so I'm going to assume that you just found out they're one of my fans, and you're using this to kind of smear me.
Imagine targeting.
By the way, imagine targeting. Remember, Papa said no hate, guys. Whoa! I can't believe that Papa said no hate. An individual who has made it their entire TikTok career to go onto videos and said, Papa said do not hate on people. Somehow, this is a very hateful thing. That's really weird. It's also weird that, that's really weird. That's very bizarre. How is this hateful? Bruh, she's just said a song, chill. Whoa, that's horrible. That wasn't even my follower. That's 3 days. This is a day ago.
So many girls with your toxic...
Papa Has Spoken is apparently toxic. By the way, I know that one of my followers apparently harassed her, but you're using examples that say Papa Has Spoken. That's your argument? Papa Has Spoken?
Community.
Papa Has Spoken? This is toxic to you? The meme of Papa has spoken. That's the examples that you use.
You can't even remember doing it. A day.
Papa has spoken. I make 20 videos a day sometimes. I didn't remember. Who cares? Papa has spoken.
Ago. Or was the video
what video? Did you edit a video of a remix I reacted to and then taken down?
taken down for violating community guidelines and you're just lying about it?
No, it wasn't. I actually don't really have any violations of community guidelines in any of my shit.
At least she's an adult.
Wow.
You can be proud of yourself for that.
That's crazy.
You posted earlier today that you're no longer able to stitch other people's videos. Show your report history for the last 48 hours on TikTok. You can post it on Instagram. I'll see it.
I don't need you to see it because you're a nobody. By the way, everyone lost their stitch feature and now he's morally grandstanding trying to seem like it's my issue. That's what he's doing right now. That's his entire argument. That's what he decides to say. Oh, what the hell? My video didn't go up of me streaming. It doesn't matter. That's what he's trying to say. And no, I actually haven't. Yeah, no, I don't have. Like I said, I don't get reported for anything. I took it down myself. Now, I want you guys to understand something. He's effectively saying that I lied about it to try to walk away from it ever happening. You know what's interesting about that? If I had never spoken up or even responded to her in my DMs, I could have just pretended it was facts. I could have doubled down, and I could have weaponized my followers and just been like, I don't care. People will believe me. But you know what I did instead? You know what me, somebody who constantly claimed that has 950,000 followers, against this person with 200,000+ followers? You know what I did? I told the truth, despite the fact that it benefited me 0%. I could have just not cared, but I do care. This establishes that everything I've said so far is reality, facts, and truth. That's it. And here's the video. Is this the video? No. Now we'll go into the other video that I made, walking it back.
So we had a conversation in the DM. I know what she's referring to now. It's a video I posted where I misassigned the value of her video, and I made a video based on that. Followers were actually the ones who pointed it out, so I removed it very quickly. Again, I misassigned the value, but it was a video about how I felt she was gatekeeping black music. That's it. Regardless of whether it was a good or a bad take is completely irrelevant, because nowhere in there have I ever called for any type of violence. I don't really care about the criticism I get, but it genuinely upsets me when you guys weaponize my message to harass and hurt people. Please, look at the deeper value of my videos. I know a lot of you guys don't want to sit down and think about it. You want to pretend that it's all bullying. And that goes for both sides. Whether you use it to harass people or you use it as a way to diminish me. Stop harassing the people I fucking do it. So
I could have just lied about everything and then just went about my day and not cared. What else do I have? What other reason would I have to tell the truth unless I wanted to be a truthful person? Again, you're lying. You've lied again. Yeah. So let's go through more of the video. Then he makes another video.
Papa Gut, it's been a few days since I stitched one of your...
Oh, yeah. What is this a reaction to my video? I think it's a reaction to this video.
So, tonight at 10:30...
This is a plug for tonight.
p.m. EST. I will be live talking about the interaction between myself and One Guy's Opinion. He has walked off the conversation. I have the receipts for literally everything. And I'm going to spend my time deconstructing each and every aspect of what he has said in a way that will make him and his entire perspective on every single thing invalid from now into the future. You constantly came after my character, called me a predator, and then cowardice walked off of a conversation, while also suggesting that the evidence that you used shouldn't be talked about in our conversation. Again, receipts for everything. What really gets me, though, is the fact that you do this a lot. You label other people predators with absolutely no basis and have gotten them in their family's dock. And then you block people who point it out. Again, I have the receipts. The past 24 hours has been very revealing, especially since you're reaching out to other content creators and trying to warp their perspective into thinking I'm a predator. Not going to work. I recommend you lash out as hard as possible today, because tomorrow it will be like a child throwing rocks.
So, that's what he did, by the way. He lashed out. Let's get into that. He messaged a content creator, trying to make it seem like I was a predator. And I'm going to show you the receipts, because she was, oh, so nice of showing me. Oh, and by the way, you know why? It's because we're friends, because I'm a decent person. So here it is. Here it is. This is from him to her. Do you want me to block or unfollow you? I don't want him coming after you next. Let me know what you think is best. What the hell what is that? You're a weird guy, man. Respectfully, this is what she says, delusional if you think that he'll come after me. Then he says, your video was good, but it wasn't enough to just let me know. So basically, she made a video that was saying that he's basically wrong and that I'm correct. And he interpreted that video, right? He interpreted that video as her just trying to save herself from me, a predator, despite the fact that we're friends. And despite the fact that I would call her out if I didn't like one of her takes. And I don't care. And then she said, what are you talking about? And he said, you did the video earlier today letting him and his fans know you side with him. It was good. It should be enough for them to not attack you. I don't know if you really believe what you're saying or if you're just like a pathological liar. Part of me actually thinks that you have like a legitimate thing wrong with you. Like, honestly, I think you need to seek help because this is bizarre. This is bizarre, dude. This is psychotic, what you're doing right now. This is what she says. I've gone toe-to-toe with accounts 4 million plus and have been legitimately raised by massive accounts. I don't post that to protect myself, and it's gross that you would think that. Oh, wow. That's great. Nothing wrong with defending yourself. We're all strangers here. So he listened, he read her message, and then decided that his original value assignment was the correct one, and that he was right. That's what this is. Nothing wrong with defending yourself. She's not defending herself from anything. This guy, this is psychotic, honestly. This is really psychotic, and when she showed me this is when I lost all respect for you as a human being, as an individual. And that was just doubled down after I had found out that you falsely accused somebody of being a predator and had and they got doxxed and their family was threatened. You are a bad person, man. Honestly, that you're a bad person. You are fucking warped. You're twisted. You don't understand what you're saying and doing. I think that there's actually something legitimately wrong with you. If you want, I will start a GoFundMe account if you need money so that you can see a therapist, because you certainly need one. This is shameful, disgusting gaslighting, and it's insane. Like, honestly, bro, I feel bad for you as an individual and as a person. This is what you did. This is weird. This is gross. Right? So then let's just go back to his beautiful response.
Videos, you shouldn't still be freaking out and panicking over this and posting about me today. You direct your followers to send death threats and sexual assault.
We've already established that's what you do.
Threats to children and girls in the pride community on this app. But you freak out when an adult man stitches one of your videos?
One of my videos. This is literally I think the 10th or 11th video that he's made. This is the 10th or 11th video that this man has made against me. And he's trying to be like, oh, you got upset by one of my videos where I falsely characterized you. Then you actually went on to completely defend yourself, break down every one of my perspectives in less than a minute. You're the bad one here.
You're safe. You have 900,000.
I don't care how many followers I had. When I had like 5,000 followers, I was going after Alluring Skull, Joe Rogan, Fat Raccoon. I don't care. And Emma Lou. And that liberal girl. Which, by the way, me and her are friends. I just wanted to bring that up for context. At least friends to some capacity. I don't care about being safe. I don't think followers make me safe. If I lost all my followers tomorrow, it would be upsetting. But, like, it is what it is, and I would go on through life. I say what I say because I believe that it's right. And if you don't think that I'm right, that's fine. That's a take, and that's fair. That's your perspective. But you're not saying that. You're saying that I'm a bully, despite the fact that I don't bully people.
Followers. You have an army of teenage angry boys who feel...
It's weird that you're saying an army of teenage angry boys when I have, like, again, a third of my followers are women. A lot of people in general, like, a lot, here's the breakdown of the people who follow me. Conservatives follow me, progressives follow me, adults follow me, they appreciate my takes, and then a lot of young kids don't understand my message, and then they go, oh, I'm going to weaponize it. And then guess who I make like 7 videos about? Them. Because I want to make the content that I want to make without it being harmful or toxic to others, because I think it's necessary.
Disenfranchised and just want to spread hate and negativity, and they loyally support you. They see it.
I'm not going to go Instagram live with you. I don't care. And what we use video games to distract your teen fan? What are you saying?
A kinship in you, an adult man, attacking children, attacking women, attacking the pride community. Nothing bad's going to happen to you. You still have that loyal fan base.
Not for nothing, but if I was legitimately targeting marginalized groups, I would have been fired from my job. Nothing's going to happen to me if I go against the status quo. That's your argument. Your argument that cancel culture doesn't impact me because of followers on an app is insane. If my job saw the content and they deemed it to be racist, homophobic, transphobic, or misogynistic in any capacity, they would have fired me. But they didn't. Your takes are so boring. You are a boring individual. I recommend you get a hobby. Maybe you should have came and played Valorant, because I think it would help your mental health quite a bit.
Unlike your victims, the children you target on this app,
Same every video.
you don't have to delete your videos. You don't have to delete
You want to know why I don't have to delete my videos? Because I was lucky enough to be born in a time where social media wasn't relevant, so I developed without having every one of my things and thoughts pushed into this world. It's a very toxic world, social media. And so these people like to go for clout, and they're like, ha, I hate men. And they make these videos, and I shut them down for it. That's what happens. They're unfortunate because of that fact. I'm not better than any of the people I duet. I'm just more experienced from a life perspective, and I'm trying to pass that experience on. Again, you could say it's a bad take. Doesn't make it a bullying take.
Count. You shouldn't be panicking and so fearful simply because a man disagreed with you. It's what you do all the time. Papa Gut, it's been a few...
Okay, I think there's one more video about me. Oh, by the way, I think he said something about how it was days ago. It was yesterday.
So the last thing I'll say about Papa Gut is
go.
for the last 2 days that his toxic
This isn't,
followers
by the way, this isn't the last thing he's going to say. This is the same thing he's going to say 12 times in a row.
have been spamming my comments. At least they weren't sending death threats to children.
Spamming his comments. Just keep that one in mind, guys, about the spamming of comments. It's very relevant for the near future.
Or assault threats to women on this app.
That's great. You want to know why they don't do that as much anymore? Is because I'm like really aggressive against them and I block them. It's not because you're some kind of a... He thinks that he's like the protector of everybody. It's a really pretentious, like presumptuous thing to think, man. Like, it's kind of pathetic. Nobody cares about you. Nobody looks at you and goes, wow, he's really defending young children. No. What you're doing is you're looking at my content and you're assigning a value of predator to it because in your world, calling out a 15-year-old girl means that you're somehow attracted to them. Probably because you're projecting onto me. Just my take.
Tags people, and then his followers go threaten them. He says he only goes after ideas, not people. He doesn't tag ideas, and his followers don't send death threats and assault threats to ideas. No, he tags children, women, and the pride community, and his followers follow his orders, follows his lead, and goes to the accounts he tags and sends them death threats and assault threats. All he has to do is start a video saying, I don't know if y'all have seen any videos saying this, but here's my opinion on it. And then children don't receive death threats. That's all he has to do. He finds a lot of his victims by his toxic followers tagging him in children's posts. So if you see Papa Gut followers commenting, tag him in your reply comments to them,
DMs am I supposed to look at?
and maybe you'll save a kid from death threat.
Yeah, enough of that shit. What DMs? You guys are saying, look at my DMs. Check DMs. Papa's DMs. In my direct messages? Alright, I will check them in a second. Let's go with the last video in the chain really quick before we get into that. Okay, this is the last video I made on it.
You shouldn't still be freaking out and panicking over...
Hey, yo, pee-pee poo-poo check.
White Lil Yachty.
By the way, this is him just constantly saying the same thing. We'll look at that in a sec. This is him spamming my shit, by the way.
Grease for my elbow, white Lil Yachty, you can call me little sailboat. I mow the grass in my lawn, you can tell the red hair, high voice, not talking Elmo.
I recommend you lash out as hard as possible today, because tomorrow it will be like a child throwing rocks.
So, let's establish, I said that before, and he did the exact thing. I called him for that. What do we got here? Let's see. What is this? This is my DMs I'm supposed to check? This is the one? Let's see. He's welcome to host live. I can't believe you're... Oh, wait, did Julesog make a video? Did Jules make a video? Oh, what is this? Let's see. I don't know who this is about. Is this about me or him? This is the only tip of the iceberg. I've been following him for a long time, and he used to have like 67% of my comments. I only have about 15.7k followers, but I feel like I know the usuals when they comment. Hey, Papa has toxic followers, doesn't care about his He says Papa has toxic followers, doesn't care about his followers, but after liking my comments for almost a year, he blocked me the moment I disagreed with him. Is this the one? What is this? Is this pee-pee poo-poo head? Oh, what did we got here? Is this a Julesog video we're making?
Joining Discord after every single predator on this app that I've called out.
Oh, he must have... Did he make it private? Can we look at that really quick? Did he make it so people couldn't see it? Oh, he did do that. Whoa! Let's watch it.
Used Discord.
You could very easily temporarily download Discord and then delete it afterwards. Are you afraid that when you download Discord, you'll just have this sudden urge to groom children?
Oh. Is that what I was looking at? Is this the new video or is this the new video? Is this the same one? Oh my goodness, what is this?
Joining Discord.
Hold on. I gotta rewatch it. I gotta look at it again. I commented this on your video, One Guy's Opinion. I can't believe you're taking his side. This hurts. You should be good. They won't come after you. I'll unfollow and block to make it look real. What is that? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? He's psychotic. Is this the same video?
Joining Discord after every single predator on this app that I've called out used Discord.
You could very easily.
Wow. He, by the way, go follow Julesog. Go follow her. Wow. Sorry I use Internet Explorer, guys. I know you guys hate it, but, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do, am I right? So, I believe that we have done a fantastic job of deconstructing each and every aspect of One Guy's Opinion here to a point where he has absolutely no validity ever again. Her ad is Julesog, by the way. I will pull it back up for you guys with absolutely no issue in doing so.